Alright, chat. So we're gonna get into the Baiken pressure guide right now. Baiken pressure guide coming right now, chat. So to get this started, we're gonna start off with, I'm gonna say this again, I say it all the time. I am by no means the best Baiken player at all. I do not consider myself the best Baiken player. I actually think Memocarp or Baru are the best Baikens. I said it. But I do think I am one of the best Baikens, okay? Now that that's out of the way, we're gonna start. Alright, so since this is for the YouTubes, we're gonna go ahead and break this down into like 3 different sections or a few different sections. I don't know how many exactly, but so when I think of Baiken pressure, she has like, I think she has a few sections, few different types of pressure, okay? And we're gonna start off with the most obviously known one. It's Kabari. It's block string into Kabari, okay? And this is your typical setup. You could do close slash, far slash, 5HS into Kabari. You could do close slash, 5HS into Kabari. You could do fucking 2K, 6K into fucking Kabari, right? You could do fucking close slash 6K into Kabari. You can do anything into Kabari, right? You can pretty much special cancel Kabari with any button you have, right? But my most go-to string when I do it is this, right? So that's obviously pressure number 1. Now, how do you add on to the Kabari pressure, right? When you're adding on to Kabari pressure, all right? Remember, this character is a momentum-based character. They want to force you, like this character wants to force you to play RPS, right? She wants to force you to play RPS. That's her game plan. Kabari puts you in a really fucked up situation, okay? A really fucked up situation if you're a defender. If you get hit by this, you're in a fucked up situation, okay? It's complete RPS, right? So most people, right? We're gonna start off with the simplest way to counter Kabari, right? So let's say you do this, right? Let's just say you do something like this, right? So most people are going to 6P out of this. At a normal level, most people are going to 6P out of this, and you're gonna get hit, right? Now there is a way to counter this, okay? So let's say you do this string. Let's say you do close slash, far slash, 6HS or 5HS. Sorry, this is the string you do, right? So let's say, so it puts you at about right here, right? So it puts you about right here. So let's go ahead and do Kabari right here, right? So if you're close, right? If you're this close and you know they've been doing this, you can mash parry. That's number 1. That's option number 1, okay? If you're this close and you know they've been mashing 6P, you can mash 5P, okay? So those are already 2 ways to combat people who mash 6P, okay, chat? You can go right back in your Kabari pressure, like Kai, for the love of fucking God, bro. You can go right back in your Kabari pressure, make him guess again, right? So mash 5P into 6K, and it'll smoke 6P every time, right? So those are the 2 options. Parry. Oops, sorry. Parry. Kai, you motherfucker, bro. Or 5P, right? Those are 2 of your close options, okay? So 5P and parry are your 2 options at close range, right? If they don't do anything, let's say they don't do anything, right? If they don't do anything and you're going to go for parry, make sure you have meter or else you're going to eat a big counter hit, right? So if they do this, parry, do this, and then like RC. Or you can do this. Something like this. And then go for your setup, right? Now, if you are at far range, it puts you at about right here, right? As you can see, if I have Kai 6P me, okay, if I have Kai 6P me here, right here, right? See how it won't hit me, right? This is about the range it leaves you at, right? So this is really good for like strings that are kind of far, so like this, right? So if you do this, like far slash and a 6H or 5HS, 6P will obviously not hit me here, right? So if he 6Ps after this, it won't hit me, right? So if we're at this range, his 6P obviously isn't going to hit me, right? So this is how you deal with him 6Ping, because obviously if you try to do this, it's not going to do anything. If you try to do this, you'll get smoked because your 5P is not close enough, right? So here's another option. If you hold back after Kabari, and then you 2HS, if you read that they're going to 6P, if they've been 6Ping a lot, if you hold back after your first initial hit Kabari, and then you like put your thumb down on the down on the D-pad in the 2 area, you will actually get a punish on this, okay? And then you can put him in another fucked up situation like this, right? Another fucked up situation, right? So if they're doing 6P a lot and you're at long range, you can actually get big damage. See that damage? You can also, if you're OD enough, just hit confirm it into super. Yo, thank you for the fucking gift sub, bros. I appreciate that, bro. Holy shit. That's how you deal with long range 6P, okay? If you bait out the 6P, hold back, then go to down 2 HS. Okay? That's how you do with this, right? At far range. Remember, I'll go over it again right here. So at close range, you have parry, or you have 5P. 5P smokes it too, right? So these are the two options at close range, right? At long range, you have 2 HS, right? Let's move on to the next most notorious option. A lot of people think you can just 2K out of this, okay? And I'm here to tell you right now, that's not the case, all right? So Axel, let's just forget about Axel, okay? Axel, literally Kabari is unusable because his 2K is just that good. Kai, on the other hand, is not in the same boat. If he wants to mash 2K, Kabari follow-up will smoke him every time. Every single fucking time, regardless of the range, okay? Again, let's say you're trying to bait out the 6P like I just taught you. Let's say they're done 6Ping, they go for 2K. Now, if you're far enough, you can actually just go for another Kabari here, right? And put him in the same situation, right? Or parry. All right? So those are the two options to beat that shit, right? If they 2K a lot, you can just parry. Parry has a good range on 2K. As you can see, I'm pretty far away. I'm still getting the parry, right? It's not giving the bullshit go back to neutral parry. It's giving me like the actual damage parry, right? So if you know they've been mashing a lot, or if they've been switching up their game plan from 6P, so that's how you deal with people mashing 2K. It's just parry. It's very good. Again, I do not recommend parrying all that often. I recommend just taking the 2K, maybe like this or something. I do recommend just taking it if you don't have meter, because if you do this and you don't have meter, you're gonna get punished. All right. So let's move on to the next one. I had somebody come in here and ask me what do I do if they've been jumping. Right. Let's see. What do they do? What do I do if they've been jumping out of my Kabari pressure? Okay. This is how you deal with people jumping after the chain connects. Okay. This is at least how I deal with it. I'm gonna throw this. Right. I'm gonna throw this, and then he's gonna jump. Right. So let's say you're trying to get a Kabari set up here. Right. And he just jumps over it. Right. Right, as you can see, he misses, right? Same with this, misses, right? And then you get counter hit, they get their pressure or whatever, right? So the way I deal with it, if they're going to be jumping, you have two options, okay? Yozan sent, and even if they block it, it is still your turn. Let's make it so he only blocks the first attack, right? Oops. As you can see, my turn. You get run up and then pressure again. Again, this also works on characters like Potemkin, okay? Potemkin, a lot of Potemkin players, after you do this, after you do Kabari, they're going to Mega Fist. Yozan Sen smokes the fucking shit out of Mega Fist. What in the fuck, my dude? Literally destroys this fucking thing. You get a full counter hit, and then you can run up and get a combo after. It's OD, right? So that's how you deal with jumps. Again, you can also just 6P it. The recovery frames of this are good enough, right? If they try to IED after you, right? You can 6P it and then get, knocked down with Kabari again, right? So those are the two ways I deal with it. You can also air grab or JD, right? But those are pretty straightforward. I feel like I don't really need to go over those. Those are pretty straightforward. You can also contest with an air button like JK or something, and then go into your string again. Right. What is the fourth option? Let's say you're playing as a DP character like Leo. Other option you have is, let's say they do it after your Kabari, like this. Obviously, you expect them to jump, and you do Yozan Sen, you're going to get fucking smoked. You try to do 5P, you get smoked. Try to do 6P, it clashes, right? Which you get a punish after this, by the way. So 6P is already another answer. That's if you read it. You also Funny enough, let's say you want to bait it out. You can purple RC. People saw me do this earlier on a Kai, actually. This is my personal favorite thing to do, is bait it with purple RC, and then get a big, big punish. Big, 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 big. Look how much damage you get here. So if that's how you deal with that's how I deal with it. Okay. Obviously, I'm sure there's other ways, but I usually deal with 6P Clash follow up. If let's say they do the light version, let's say they don't do the heavy version, right? Has a way less recovery. Okay. So again, clashes, you still get a punish, right? You still get a full punish, and your punish can look something like this. Right? That's just an example. Or you can keep it simple, really. It doesn't really matter. You don't have to do some fancy punish. But this is typically what I do. You know, if I'm not terrible. So yeah, again, 6P, you're best friends. Right? Let's say they don't DP and you end up 6Ping, right? You can just do this. Or this. Oops. Something like that. Or you can even do this if you're that scared. Alright? But my two ways to deal with Vapor Thrust or any DP at that is 6P or bait it out with PRC like this. And then get a full punish, big boy punish. And then you get Oki after. You get a cross up actually. Like that, right? So that's how you deal with DPs, right? So again, let's say you've trained them to block, right? Let's say you've stuffed all their options. Let's say this guy has been 6Ping and 2King a lot and you stuffed it with parry and 2HS, right? Let's say you fucking stuffed every one of his options, okay? He's just scared. He's just scared to press buttons now. So now you get shit like this. And this is why Baiken's fucking cancer, bro. Right there. Because you're scared to press buttons here. Right? You're scared to press buttons. Right? Now you're stuck in a fucking loop here. Now, you can either just keep doing the block string, right? PRC, add some crazy shit in here, right? Or you can just keep doing the block string. Just normal shit like this. Boom, boom, boom. Try to catch them pressing. Boom, boom, boom. And then finally finish it with Kabari. Alright? Or the Beagle classic right here, you see me do this all the time, chat, is this. So I typically give him like one go around, like boom, boom, boom. Yozansen, okay? And then you get a full combo off this. And you get Oki. Oh, you get wall break, damn. I typically, when I've trained them to block, this is what I go for. Something like that. Or it can be like this. Or sorry, it can be like this. Right? Setup, right? So when you've trained them to block, like you've been stuffing their 6P, their 2Ks, their DPs, whatever, that's when Baiken really becomes a scary character, because then she can just set up shit like this. And this is a lot of damage, obviously, as you can see. Right? It's a lot of damage. A lot of damage. Right? Or she can do some shit like this. Let's say you train them to block, you can do some shit like this. Whoops. You can go to the PR, you can go to the BRC fucking bullshit, right? And now you're really fucked, because then you can't press a button. You literally can't press a button. Because if you press a button, right? And now you're in a fucking loop, right? Look, like, you see what I'm saying? This is why Baiken's a really scary character, okay? Those are, I'd say, the most four notorious ways to like get out of Baiken Kabari pressure is 6P, mash a button like 2K or 5P or something like that, jump, and DP, okay? And then I showed you guys some things you can do when you start training them to block, right? So that's Baiken Kabari pressure. Let's move to the next set of pressure, okay? Oh, by the way, remember, chat, before I get off the Kabari section, if you start mixing in Kabaris, this is 0 on block. Baiken has a 5p jab, okay? So again, if the button they're using isn't five frames or lower, you will smoke them. So look, let's say this guy wants to mash after I do Kabari, right? Right? If I 5p, I'll beat him every time, every fucking time. See? Every time. And I actually get a full combo on this if I'm close enough. Boom. Look at it. Then I get a mix like this. See? Or you can get a setup. You can get like, you get a mix like that, or you can get like a setup like this. And they have to guess high-low. Oh, you guessed wrong. Right? So yeah, if you guys start throwing in Kabaris, right? It'll start throwing them off thinking, oh, it's my turn to mash. I block this. I can mash. When in reality, if they don't have a 5 frame, Soul will beat you out every time. So what I recommend against Soul is if you do this, you can parry. The parry mind game comes right back. So if you're against Soul, a lot of them are going to be like, oh shit, I have a 3 framer. And you only have a 5 framer, guess what? You parry. You smoke them every time. If you guys want to see like I'll show you like an example of actual Kabari pressure. Let's go over here. So that's like an example of like what a string would look like, right? Something like this, right? Right, for example, that's just like weaving in different Kabaris, right? Always keep the mind game going, right? What do I want to do next? Let's do 5p pressure, okay? A lot of people think you can only pressure with like close slash into something, or 5k into 6k, or 2k into 6k, Tatami, fucking close slash into 6k, Tatami, close slash or far slash 5hs, or close slash far slash 5hs, something like this, right? They think that's the only way you can pressure, or like button into Kabari, or just button into Yozan Sen, or raw Yozan Sen like this. These people think these are the only way you can pressure. Actually, Baiken's 5p because it's 5 frames, even though it's really bad range, it's actually fast, right? So what you can do is if you run up, you can get the throw, right? If you do one jab and you mash throw, it'll come out. You get a setup here, right? Whatever your setup may be. Again, this character is all about training these fucking people like dogs, okay? You want to scare them into pressing anything. So again, let's say this motherfucker wants to, I don't know, he wants to mash 2p, all right? 2p is a pretty fast button for Kai. All right, so now he's going to mash 2p, so let's say I delay it slightly like this. As you can see, I can't grab him anymore, right? But if I delay it, I get a counter hit, then I get into 6k. So the name of the game is 5p, 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 scare him to press buttons, frame trap with 6k, right? So let's stop him from pressing buttons, right? So look, this is the game plan. 5p, 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 boom, boom, boom. Right? 5p, 5p, 6k, boom. 5p, 6k, boom. 5p, grab, setup. 5p, 5p, 6k, 5p, 5p, 6k, run up, grab. 5p, 5p, Yozan Sen mix. 5p, 5p, run up, grab. Some shit. You keep mixing it up. You always keep changing it, right? That's how you do this shit. 5p is really good pressure. Okay, really good pressure tool. Alright? You can do 5p, 5p into run up fucking close slash, try to catch him backdashing or something. 5p, 5p into 2hs. 5p, 5p into Kabari. Or 5p into 6hs for frame traps. Kabari. Boom. In your strings, right? Some shit like that. Boom, boom, right? 5p is a very good starter tool, okay? So 5p is a very good way to catch them pressing buttons. Let's say they mash grab, right? Let's say they're mashing grab, okay? A lot of people are going to mash grab on this, right? It'll grab you out of this. So what you can do is mash it faster, right? If you mash it slightly faster, if they're trying to grab you, right? It'll fucking smoke it. See? Alright, so that's 5p pressure. You can do a lot of fucked up shit with 5p. Let's say you're training them, they're blocking. Boom, you can go to Kabari. You can mix in a lot of shit. Fucking grab, more 5ps into 6k. You can mix in fucking 6hs and a Kabari and your Kabari pressure string. You can mix in fucking just raw Yozan Sen like this. You can mix in 6k, Yozan Sen. You can mix in this, boom, boom. So just always mix shit, right? Always mix shit. You can mix in fucking two 2Ps low, fucking 5P again. Like, so that's 5P pressure, right? Just keep him guessing. Always change it up. Yep, I fucking knew it, bro. Let's talk about BRC pressure. Right, let's talk about the BRC mix. If you guys are not doing BRC mix on Baiken, you are really, really fucking yourself over here because BRC is busted. I cannot think of any good reason as to why people would want BRC to be 25 meter. BRC mix. So BRC mix, if you guys don't know, you can do close slash. If you didn't know, close slash is jump cancelable and so is 5K. These are Baiken's 2 jump cancelable normals. As you can see, if I jump cancel and then RC, I'll get BRC, right? Now the reason this is so good, right? Let's say this guy wants to press a button. Let's say he wants to mash 2K or something, right? Obviously I counter hit him, okay? Or obviously I counter hit him. Need a mix up. Right? This is why this is fucked up. Now, again, this is high-low, right? It goes with 5K as well. This is a high-low mix, right? And you cannot mash on this no matter what you do. So, if they know how to combat BRC mix, they either will do 2 things. They will just try to guess. They'll try to guess right. And chat, keep in mind, let's say this guy doesn't do anything. Let's say this guy guesses right. Let's say I go for a low, all right? Let's say I go for a low. It's still my turn. It's still my turn. Look. Whoops. Still my turn, right? Let's say I go for a high and he blocks it, right? Guess what? I'm still plus. It's not his turn still. He can't press a button. Now, if they know how to combat BRC, they're going to do one of 2 things. They're either going to grab or they're going to try to guess. Most people just try to guess and block, okay? Oh, there's 3 ways, sorry. 3 ways if they're a DP character, okay? Alright, so option select number 1 for them is throw. Okay, throw, unironically, you can get thrown out of this, okay? You will get thrown out of this, okay? See, I'm getting thrown out of my pressure, right? See, the way to combat this, if they're just mashing grab on it, just Yozan Sen. Literally just Yozan Sen. It will hit them every time because Yozan Sen's an aerial move, right? Yozan Sen is an aerial move, so it'll actually stuff them. Because look, if they try to grab me here, then I Yozan Sen, smokes it. That's how you beat grab. If they're just mashing grab, you can instantly just Yozan Sen. Or, obviously, you can hard read them and just backdash it. And then you get something like this. The only other option that they have other than block and grab is they can DP, okay? They will DP. They will DP a lot. And you can grab them out of it, okay? You will grab them out of it every fucking time. If you time it right. It's not that hard to time, okay? If you read they're going to Vapor Thrust or fucking Soul's going to DP, you can run up, grab them. Right? That's option number 1. Option number 2 is you can 2K, you can option select 2K here. Okay, they're not doing it fast enough. You can option select 2K and you'll still be safe, right? See that? So look, it's kind of hard to show because he's not doing it as fast as you possibly can. See? So look, I'm still safe, as you can see. I was still safe. See that? Still safe, right? Still safe. As you can see, and this is the kind of punish you get. So those are the 2 ways to combat DP if you're against a DP character. Throw, or I mean, if you read it like hella hard, you can obviously just block it. But all right, delayed Tatami pressure. Okay, so let's say you guys are doing your let's say you guys are doing your 5Ps, your 5Ps. Let's say you guys are doing your 5Ps into 6Ks into Tatamis, or your fucking close slash 6K Tatami, or 5P, 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 or 5P, 5P, 5K, 6K Tatami, or something like this, right? There's also something you can do. Remember, you're trying to make them have a mind game, right? So you can do this. Don't do anything. This again. This again. Nothing. This, and then finally Tatami, right? It's a mind game. You want to train them to block it like this, so then you can get a run-up throw, or you can get a run-up Yozan Sen, or something like that. Okay? This is how you train them to do that, sorry. So, look, right? So now he'll spam 2P after block, right? So let's say I slightly delay this. See how I get a counter hit trade here? Sometimes it doesn't trade. So you have 2 options after... If it's a middleweight, Obviously, it changes depending on if it's middleweight or not. This is the go-to combo off middleweights right here. Oops, my bad. I apologize. So that's the go-to combo off of middleweights, right? If you get counter hit on a middleweight, that's go-to. Again, you will not get the counter hit to Tatami if you don't train them to actually respect you. Let's say you've only been doing this. Let's say you've just been doing this. Something like that, right? Or this. Right? Now, he's like, okay, she's going to stagger it here. Like, let's say she's going to stagger it this time, right? Like you typically have been doing. You run up throw. She's going to stagger it and then run up throw. So obviously he's going to mash. He's going to fucking mash after this, right? Because it's his turn. Because he guessed right. Little does he know, if you slightly delay it, it's not actually his turn. Right? So now you get a full counter hit combo. Boom. He loses like a billion health, right? So that's the mind game that actually delayed Tatami pressure has. Corner pressure would be cool. Okay, so let's say you get a knockdown in the corner, right? So let's say you get a knockdown in the corner. Let's just do it like this. He's in the corner, right? So look, you have him in this situation, right? Obviously, let's forget that Kai has a DP, okay? Let's just say you're against like Amelia. Let's say this is Amelia, okay? She doesn't have a DP, right? Or a Potemkin. They don't have DPs, right? So that means they have to eat your pressure whether they like it or not. They can't play the mind game of wake up DP or not, okay? That means you can get any form of pressure you'd like. So you know how we just went over like 3 different forms of pressure? Yeah, that's basically the same thing. You just do it in the corner. My go-to pressure in the corner goes something like this. Right? I go 5P, 5P into an option. Like boom, 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 something like this, right? That's like an example of corner pressure. Or let's say they've been mashing on your Kabari. Again, you do this. Something like that, right? It's literally the same game plan. Obviously, you have a lot of different pressure strings, but one thing I like to utilize a lot when I get somebody in the corner is actually resetting pressure with JH. Okay, so again, let's say you get him in the corner like this, right? That's like an example right there of resetting pressure with JHS. Okay, you want to use it off your jump cancelables, like boom. Let's say you get him in the corner, right? Let's say you get him in the corner, you do something like this. So you do something like this. Right? That's like an example. Right? There's an example of a sequence. Right? Resetting pressure with JHS is actually really good, and a lot of people struggle to react to this. Okay? Even after the Tatami, if they're being really respectful, you can get jump after the Tatami. Okay? But this is something I feel like a lot of people don't utilize enough. Alright? What's it called? Obviously, when you're done like pressuring them with 5P, you could go into Yozan-sen because I think you're gonna go into 6K, right? Or when you're done 6K, you could go into a grab. Or 6K into Yozan-sen. Or 6K into close slash, boom, tether. You go for a tether mix. Or something like this. Right? It literally, it's RPS. It's complete RPS. It's just his entire character. Or you can go for low. You go boom into low. Or this into low. Or this into overhead. Oops, or this into overhead. You're safe. You go for 2H after. You're safe. Alright, do it all over again. BRC mix, right? Boom, you get a full combo. Right? So that is like a prime example of like how AIDS this character can be if you actually train them to respect you. But if they don't respect you, you don't train them to respect you, then this character is really annoying to play as.